Okay. See if I've got anyone here. Hello, hello, hello. Not sure if anyone's going to join me tonight. Should just wait a minute and see. Oops. Put that up there so it doesn't fall down. I've got an ink pad there, so I'll stop that. Okay. Oh, I've dropped down again. I had it nice and high. What's wrong with that thing? Have I got anybody here? No, I don't think I've got anyone here. Andrea. Hi, Andrea. How you going? I'm going to do a bit of sponging tonight. Just, I heard about a new, well, not a new product, but a product that you can buy to assist with sponging. So I was keen to try that. Hi Marlene, how you going? Just hi Jeanette, how are you? Hi Sharon. Good to see people joining. Well, without any more messing around, I think I might start actually. I'm going to try and do 2 cards tonight. You notice how I said try and do. And all I've got to remember is how I did this. Let me grab my mat, and I'm not going to start with a pristine white piece, because you'll see why, because it's going to be very messy by the time I'm finished. Okay, so I'm going to use this new set that's coming in the, oh, it'd be helpful if I put the camera down now, wouldn't it? That would be very helpful. Let me see if I've got that in the right spot. I'm going to move that up a little bit. So it's this set here I'll be using, and this is in the new mini. I think everybody should have their catalogues now. I need to get this camera right. Hi Rhonda. Towards me a bit, I think. So I move that down a little bit. Let me get this just right. And I should introduce myself, Cheryl Algie from Kerrang in the Mallee, Victoria, Australia. And that's not right either, is it? Just have to go that way a bit more. Let me see what that does. Oh, that's better. Maybe too far now. We'll see how we go. We'll just have to keep watching and make sure I don't go out of camera for you. So, okay, I'm starting with Memento. I was looking at my sample before, and I thought I might do it a little bit different to what I've done. So this stamp set in the Pines is a 2-step, but if you're not very good at 2-step like me, don't panic, because it's very forgiving, as you will see. So you've got that, and you've got, that's the outline, and you could I'm not going to, because I'm using black, but you could use 2 different greens, for example. And you'll see what I mean by it's very forgiving. See, I might not have gone, I think it's pretty good, but no one would know if it wasn't. And then looks like I've done, which one's this one? This one here. It's kind of got 4 trees. One of them doesn't have, I'm trying to go on a bit of an angle, sort of like it's on a hill. You can see what's coming. We've all done sponging before. This is just a little bit different though. And there's one that doesn't have the filled in leaves. You'll see there, the one just behind there, and you'll see what I mean by it's forgiving. It's not very, you know, you don't have to be exact. So, oh, I did a big one there. I might just do some off the edge there. I didn't do before, but I think that I'll just put that down there a bit and just come in with that one there. So you can pretty much do whatever you like. I mean, I'm a sucker for trees and leaves. I just love them. Now I want this tree. Just going to grab a baby wipe. The thing with photopolymer is if you're like me, you tend to get the ink on your block, and then of course it transfers to your paper, which is very annoying. Now I've got a bank of trees in there. Let me see. I might do the little trees first, then I can see where I'm going with the big tree. Just go there. And my base here is Purple Posy. Actually, my positioning of my trees isn't real great, but that's where my sentiment goes, so I'm not going to be too perturbed about that. And as I said before, I've got some ink on the side there, so let's just get rid of that. I want that one up a bit higher, not quite as high as that one. I like to put the foliage in first, so it's easier to see where it goes, but that would be up to you. I'm not getting that out of camera. Just have to bear with me a bit. So I've got to get my head in there to see where to go. And this one I want down a little bit lower. I don't know that I've left myself much room for little trees this side. I might be able to get a couple in. Oh, I think I've gone a little bit too off the track here. I'm just going to stamp that off and come down a little bit because I've missed I've missed putting the foliage in there. Did you notice that? And we'll have some trees in the front as well. Maybe I've done them too far down too. As I said, I'm going to clean any of them because I'm going to use them later. I think I've probably come down too far. Anyway, it is what it is, and we'll go with it. So this is a sticky note, a larger sticky note. I'm wanting that for my tree bank. Might actually make it dip a little bit, and I'll just use one of these little ones for the other side. Didn't do much of a hill, did I? Maybe it doesn't need to be a hill. See what that looks like. It's going to bury my trees, isn't it? I'm not going to start over, we'll just go with it. And, what have I done with my blocks? I've put them all away. going to take some Memento and I'm going to take the Secret product, glycerine, that you can buy at any chemist. I was keen to try this. I'd heard that some people were using it for sponging. This is, oops, tricky stuff to use. It doesn't, I was trying to tip it into the lid, but it won't cooperate to tip into the lid. You only need a tiny bit. Oops, I've gone everywhere now. Oh, that was clever. Why is it not behaving itself? I tipped it onto my silicone mat before, and then I put something on the mat, and that wasn't very that wasn't very helpful. I'll just start with that little bit, and now my hands are all sticky. Anyone used this before? And I will pick up a bit with, goodness, that's not going to work. I had a metal spoon and that was working. That one's not going to work. Just a second. This is not cooperating. Probably should have tried a dropper. Never mind. Just going to grab a sponge. Oops. And that's blowing away with the heater. Those ones can be just behind the snowbank, can't they? So you just mix the glycerine and the ink together, and what it does, it just goes on a bit smoother. In my sample card I didn't use the black for the tree bank or the hills, and you could use stamps for this, easily could use, we've got lots of stamps, but I guess I was just being a bit lazy. Doing it this way without having to get out more stamps and do that, but either way is fine. You do use a lot of ink when you sponge. You just got to be careful how much glycerine you use. You don't want it too slimy, as I discovered. You have to let it dry, which wasn't really a problem because I've got the heater blaring. Isn't it cold this morning? Nice frosty morning here. I guess in most places in Victoria it would have been quite chilly. Quite chilly outside now, I guess. I don't know, I haven't been outside. Now I don't want to put my sponge into the ink in case I have glycerine on it. Just need a little bit more because there's a bit of, you can see how much ink I'm using. I'm not mixing any more glycerine with it. The glycerine does tend to dull down the colour a little bit. I actually want the black to be quite black. On my first card, which I haven't even showed you that yet, have I just used the rich raspberry and for the bank. So I used the same pieces of hurry up, spring, Jeanette. Yeah, I used the same pieces of torn sticky notes. I'm not going to do that. Everything dries out so quick with the heater on. Just want to make sure I've got no black on my hands. I'm going to pop that on there because I'm going to use the black for the next card. So I'm going to remove that and get rid of that, because ask me how I know. If you use the same piece for a different colour, it doesn't go that well. So just tear it. Probably can't see what I'm doing there. It's just torn. I reckon we've all done this before. We've done it sometimes in class, haven't we, girls? If we ever get back to in-person classes, Victoria's in a bit of a spot. We're not so bad here in regional Victoria, but a bit sticky on there too. How come I've got sticky on there? I won't worry about how come, we'll just use it. But yeah, Melbourne's not, it's not going to stick. Because I would normally probably stick it down with a piece of washi, but because the heater's blowing at it, I'll be on the safe side and just discard that and use a new bit. Just kind of join up. Everyone see that? Do that, just tilted that just a bit. Now my rich, oh, I didn't use rich razzleberry, I used blackberry bliss, I lied. Just wondering how many lines of snowbank do I want, because I want to put a moon in there somewhere. Is that better? Oh, just a block, Margaret. Yeah, that's better, is it? Oh, good-o. Yeah, I've just got the ink on a block. And I'm just using, if anyone's joined in late, I'm just using some glycerine. And because you use a lot of ink, I just found it, oh, what am I doing? I don't need that. I need the re-inker. Lucky they don't spurt out or I'd be in big trouble. I'm going to need quite a bit of blackberry, so I may as well put out a fair bit. Grab another sponge and just grab a little bit of glycerin, and you'll see how nicely this and smoothly this just glides. Those of you who've done sponging before will see that that's just going on heaps easier than if you were just using the ink. It would take forever. So, just gonna clean my fingers again, because I'll end up with pink ones by the end of the night, like I did yesterday. Remove that. And decide where I want. Oh, I've got a little gap there, that's all right. We might have another bit of a snowbank here. Or not a snowbank, because we're not in the snow, are we? Just some hills. So we'll do, actually I might swap that around, just for something a bit different. Just do that. There, and I'm putting, don't want my trees to disappear in the mountains. Let's see how that'll go. Might not be perfect, but you'll get the idea. Oops, and that's where I want to put my moon. Nearly forgot. Is it too late? So I've just punched out, which is the sticky bit. I've punched it out with my, oh, come here, my 1-inch punch on a sticky note. I'm just sticking that there. Can we all see that? I'm going to put that down over the top, and what that will do, if I haven't messed it up by forgetting to put it there, we'll need about 10 hands for this. We'll leave a space, hopefully, for the moon. Let's see. Just lift it up carefully and see if that's what I've got there. No, it's not. I'll have to go. Might have to go up just a little bit. Oh, I know. I just sponged around that, didn't I? With the rest of the sponging, I didn't need to do that. So then, just need to hold that steady while I sponge. Can everybody see there? We'll go around the moon first so you can see just going in circles. My paper's lifting. I go around there. First, so I don't mess it up. This card I've cased from, I think it's page 12 of the annual catalogue. I didn't check what supplies Stampin' Up! Have used. I'm guessing it would be Blackberry. They've used the set with the mountains, the die cuts with the mountains. This set, as you know, has got die cuts with it as well, and I could have easily used them, but I chose not to. Because I do love a sponge background. I do love to make a card where I don't need to be die cutting all the time. Just get back to stamps, stamps, ink and paper, love it. I want it a little darker in these corners. Try and find the page in the, well, I will find it, I won't try and find it in the catalogue so you can know what, what I'm talking about. So it's loosely based on there, but just with Cheryl's way of doing it. Are there any questions? Oh, can't see anyone. Couldn't see the block before. No, sorry, Margaret. Try not to make it just all dark. Let's see if I got my moon. Now I've got my moon. I'll smudge my moon a little bit. So I'm going to smudge it a little bit more so it looks like, you know how a moon looks kind of streaky? I'm trying to get that effect. I don't want too much ink. I'd have to just grab a tiny bit. I'd have to just rub that on the block so as I haven't got too much. Just want a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Then you can't see my boo-boo either. Just like looks like a misty sort of a moon, I think. Now, I didn't need that for the next one, so I might just pop that over there to be washed afterwards. Wet my baby white again. Get the ink off my fingers. And there's a lot of things you could do here. This set actually has got some little dots, so you could do the little dots in either white embossing or just with white ink. I just thought I've got these white chalk markers. Watch what I'm doing because I made a line then. I thought I haven't used these since I bought them to do that other technique that I was doing, and then I'd finish the technique by the time they arrived. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to use those. So they just look like little stars. And they'll have time to dry while we do our sentiment. Back in there. Okay, so I'll set that over there to dry. Don't need our moon anymore. Don't need our mask. Just leave that there. Now where's my next piece? Next is we want to emboss the sentiment on here in white, and I've chosen to use Thinking of You because that can be used for anything. It could be a sympathy, it could be a birthday, whatever you fancy. Now where's my card on? I don't want it. I want it close to that edge, so hopefully that's straight and in the middle. This one's going to be a little bit wider than the other one. I had it cut at 1/2 inch for the other one, but it's not quite wide enough for this particular sentiment. So I'm not going to clean that either because I'm going to use the same sentiment for both techniques. The next techniques is the same but different. Does that make sense? Just the same but a little bit different. Try and hold that down so that I don't have embossing powder going everywhere. Oops, what have I done there? Oh, I haven't got enough powder on it by the looks. That's better. Just grab my grab whatever you need to get it exactly right. Get a little bit of powder off it. Sometimes you can't tell that you've got powder on. I go to eat it and then I find out, oh, I've got a bit of powder. Now hold your ears. Ouch. Good job for my tweezers. Never mind. It's done now. Now I just need my banner punch at the other end. I haven't got has anyone got the banner punches out of the new mini? Any demonstrator ladies? I haven't got them yet. I didn't initially think I wanted them. I still don't really. Although they are on my next order. So what does that tell you? I don't know where that little piece went. I don't need that one again. I'm using the other punch for the other stamp. For the other card. And I'm going to use a piece of this, I think. That's what I used on the last one. Just to give it a bit of a lift. My little ribbon scissors. Just going to go straight and then we're going to put where's my bin? I'm going to put a banner on the end of these as well. I find the easiest way to do that is just fold it in half and go like that. when your ribbon cooperates, of course. I've done that way, I think. I get a bit confused sometimes which way I want it. That'll do. Now I'm going to need my silicone mat. I've got oily stuff all over it, which I'm going to use. So I did find this stuck really well. Once you get it going, of course. Has anybody got this adhesive? I think, Marg, you have, haven't you? I think it's stickier than the snail. Oops, making a mess. Let's see how we go with that. I want that end. I might have it too long. No, I think that'll be all right. I won't stick that on until I get my card base onto the white, just in case. I was finding I'd cut the cards a little bit crooked, and I didn't discover until it was stuck on. That was interesting. And you can see the whites, the little white star fleck type things are dry already. And I've got my card base here ready to go on. You could put dimensions on this. I chose not to, but you could quite easily. And as I say, you could put die cut trees on there if you really wanted to, if it was really for someone really special. And like I said, my tree was a bit, you know, it was a bit like it was coming out the end of the other one. Well, it doesn't really matter because I can cover that up with that. Now, I'm just wondering whether that ribbon looks a bit long or not. I think it'll be okay. So I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals as well, and we're nearly done. I don't know about you guys, but I just love a card that looks as though you've spent hours on it, but you really haven't. And it's really just, oh, stuck to my finger there. It's really just stamps, ink and paper. Those back in there, they don't want to behave. So then just for the, I'm all sticky. What did I do there? Did I do big trees and little trees? I did. Just because I could. So, unstick my fingers. That one's the right one, isn't it? So I'll have one low and one a bit higher, close together. Same with our envelope. Let's do it all in one hit. This one a bit lower. And we'll just fill it in. I say I'm not the best at two-step stamping, so if I can do it, you guys can, and it is forgiving. No one's going to say, "Oh, look, she missed the shape there."
when it's all together you don't really notice. Now, some little trees as well. Where did I have them? Good when you can copy and you don't have to think. I might just pop some there with this one. I did have, see what I mean by getting black everywhere? Got a little black mark on my card now. Two. And go that. Don't think that'll come off. I hate when that happens. And I missed again, but you know what? We'll go again. And no one would know. Just gonna clean my hands so as I don't get any more marks on there. And of course we've got to have a bit of bling. Got to have a bit of bling. There's my first one, but I didn't do the black snowbank, the black hills, not snowbank. Why do I keep saying snowbank? Because this probably because that's probably should have put a bit of, and I will do that after. I'll put a bit of wet glue in underneath there. Looks like I've only got big ones and little ones left, no in between. It can be a big star in the, what do we say, in the north sky. Oh, come here. Big one, that little one, and another little one there. I might actually, where are we? As long as I don't ruin it, I might actually put a bit of, and it's got goop on the end of it. I haven't used this much in the last couple of days. I'll just put some wet glue there just to help that stick. There we go. So what do you think? Love the sponge look? Oh gosh, I didn't realise how late it was, guys. I've got another one to go. Hopefully the video won't cut out by the time I've done it. So I'll just show you what I'm doing. And I got this idea from Catherine Pooler. I'm going to use this new tree stamp. And this is a little bit of ink dragging with this. A little bit of the same technique as what I've just done, but a little bit of ink dragging. Just a little bit of something different. So now let me see, what did I use? I used the Pool Party. Has anyone done ink dragging before? She didn't do it like this. She actually said you can't use Stampin' Up inks to do this technique, and I thought, we'll see about that. And I wasn't quite sure whether I used Daffodil Delight or So Saffron for the piece in the middle. And I thought, well, I don't really care. It looks like I used So Saffron. I don't really care if I do a brighter card. I'll be happy with that. Let's turn that around so as I can drag that. And I have just made these inks super, super juicy. Well, I thought I had. Pacific Point isn't behaving that well. Not that dark, really. This is a really cool technique on on glossy card that we don't have anymore. I think that'll be okay with the streaks in it. And then I did our little same thing with, I'm going to get goop all over everything. I don't know why that won't come out of the bottle like it was before. Just being difficult. Close my snail up. Actually, why don't I put it in the spoon? Why don't I do that? Because that would make too much sense, wouldn't it? And I had a bit of melon mambo. Not sure how much of that I need. Put a fair bit on, because as you've seen, we've been using a fair bit of it. And I don't want heaps of this, just want a little bit, and I'll be able to add a bit more if I need it. Then what did I do? I think I just dragged this across. You know how when you've done something you think, how did I do that? Can't remember how I did that. Do you guys ever do that? See how when I'm doing the pink and the blue, it's turning into purple. And the same down here. I might go a bit from this way. And I should have my fingers resting on a piece of cardstock. I didn't mean piece of cardstock, I meant a piece of sticky note. I didn't really want to cover all of that up, but I have pretty much. Never mind. And then I found with this one, I really needed to just use the ink, the black, the Memento Straight. Hi Tracy. Hi Gail. Hi Maria. Because when I diluted it, it was going grey, it wasn't going black. And as you'll see, to do it, and I've gone right on there instead of coming off the edge like I should. Hopefully I'll be able to cover that up. Try and do this as quickly as I can. You do have to have a lot of patience with sponging, and you can see it's not covering as easily as it did when I was using the glycerin. Well, this is just Whisper White too. It might have been a good idea to try it on Shimmery White. That might have been a good thought. I just want it to come in the middle a little bit. But I do love doing this type of stamping. Has everybody got their catalogues? I think everybody should have. All of my ladies have. If anyone's not local to Kerrang and you don't have your own demonstrator and you would like a catalogue, just let me know. And I can post one out to you. I have a couple spare. If anyone's in Kerrang that doesn't have their catalogue, I think the ones I don't see very often, I think I had them posted to them. All the girls I see, most of you guys have got them, I think. Delivered a few last week. Now, what does that look like? Yeah, I think I'm happy with that now. I just want to do, not a lot, just want to swipe across it just a bit. Fine line between too much. See, that's probably too much. Quick while you're ahead. Oh, I need that from the tree, don't I? And see how dry my baby wipe is. This is just water, nothing special, just for cleanliness purposes. And I'll need my, just going to make sure I don't go off my board. When I do my tree, so I want the tree up. You can see how I had to swipe it a fair few more times. That's still Pacific Point, unless it's going to settle down, but it might be brighter because I had to swipe it a few more times now. I think I sat my stamp over here. Yes, I did. And this one is from the set called Life is Beautiful. I think did I use that last week? Can't think what I did last week. What did I do, guys? I've forgotten. And you could emboss this, I guess. You could use your Stamparatus. Well, hopefully I don't mess it up tonight. I haven't found the need to use my Stamparatus. It has worked pretty well, and this is a distinctive stamp too, and you can see where I've got little black bits that I don't want. The tree's not going to all fit, is it? I think that probably no way to the bottom. Just looking to see where my little tree mound is. It's here somewhere, I think. Maybe I didn't get it out. No, here it is. Thought about putting a little birdhouse, but I thought, I don't know. Might be a bit of a spooky tree for a birdhouse, do you think? That's clean, so I'm going to put that away so it can steal the block. Oh, that one must be out of the other set. I don't even know what I had that for. But you can go away before you get lost. All right. Just leaving that on there to sink in. And I'm being naughty and I'm not cleaning it again because I want to use it for the inside. And I'm just do as many or as little as these if you like. You can just do one little grounding thing, just a bit of ground for your tree. And then again I've embossed that. Not doing a very good job of cleaning tonight, am I? I'm too focused on the time. Was going to do the beginnings of another one while I'm on a roll. I don't know what's wrong with me that I can't just do one card and be done with it. It's because I love it so much. See, that may have been better on a yellow, but we're going to just go with the pool party. So I don't waste time cutting up more cardstock. But you could go with either of those colours, just whichever one takes your fancy. And that one went onto my base. Quite simple if you wanted a get well card or a sympathy card, birthday card even. Depends who it's for. And if you mess up, just flip it over and start again. I did. Honestly, I did. Messed up. Well, okay, flip it over. Have another go. This one I'm going to use the same greeting when I lay my hands on it. Where's my little duster? Yeah, so 4th of August, and we get to, is when the catalogue goes live, and demonstrators get to purchase the new die cutting machine as well, the big one, not the little one. This again is 3/4 of an inch, and is that straight? That's pretty good. I'd argue with that. It's amazing how much a little bit of embossing dresses up a card. And I've got sticky, really sticky, wettish fingers, and it's not helping with the powder sticking all over the place. I'm not going to use that end, so it should be okay. Give it a bit of a brush. Should be good. And this time I'm going to use the, I can't remember the name of it, this punch, this one here. So on the little tags there, it'll tell me what length cardstock I need, but what width cardstock I mean that I need. So it's pretty, I know we're not imperial, but it's pretty, I can't see that. Pretty self-explanatory. Just go 3/4, half, 3/4 or an inch. I've got that in the middle, probably not quite. Finding it hard to see because it's black and it's night time. And it's my fault because I chose black to do. So then I just quite simply put that across my tree. No ribbon, no fanfare, just like that. And it also looks like I did some little dots on this one as well. This one's got little snowflakes. You could do some little snowflakes if you wanted to. I think we'll stick with the dots and they can dry while I'm doing the inside, which is just going to stamp a portion of the tree and that's it. So, but then I thought I might begin, not going to do the whole thing, I might begin the other card I cased from Michelle, what's her name, Zindorf. And she also did not use Stampin' Up! Inks. She used Ranger inks, I think that's what you call them. I think you get them from Tim Holtz. Leave that to dry and we'll just, that was a spare bit of black in case I messed up totally. Make sure I don't squish those. Now, where did I put my tree? Is here. Let me just do that quickly in case I run out of time. No, that one was quicker than the first one, wasn't it? Just gotta get my black bits off there. And put my tree sort of there. Just did a bit of sponging. What did I? Oh, Pool Party. I sponged that in. What did I do with my ink? Oh, put it away. I need that for the inside. I'm really keen to show you that last card. As I say, I won't, because I haven't got the cardstock cut up for it. I've only got the matte piece cut, so I'll just do the sponging and the stamping on the front for you if you're interested. And I'm going to be using that stamp set, so that was just a matter of I'll just finish that off with just some Pool Party around the edges, just with the, I just use the normal Pool Party. No glycerin for this one. Rather like the look of that. You could use any of those colours. You could choose your own colours and come up with your own colour scheme. I'd be interested to know what you guys come up with. That would be fun. And that was the Pool Party. In case I need that again, I'm not sure if I do or not. I'm quickly just going to flip that over. It's just as bad on the other side, but not, the ink's not wet. So just thought if I flipped it over and it picked up a different colour, being the white, you might be in trouble. So there we go, and we had some bling on that one as well. Got to have some bling, don't we? So you can be a star right up. I'm going to turn him around so as I know where I'm putting this. I reckon that can be a star kind of thing, right up in the sky. I don't want them too spread out. I think I might go I'll go there. That'll do. What do you think? And each time you do these, I love that one too. Okay, it's good to learn new things, isn't it? Now, this one is no sponging. This is the one I cased from Michelle Zindorf. So that's there. Just to see, I told you when I start to play, I just play. That's another one I've done and another one. But I really loved this one, and I'd really love to show you how I did this. So firstly, I grabbed my Pacific Point again and dragged. I should have inked this up a bit more. Now what did I do with my navy one? It is under here. Then we just want a bit of navy, not a lot, just a bit, like that. Actually, probably should have done the lighter colours first, but anyway, I didn't. And the blue was, I'm using different colours this time. So I want the blue here. I only want that halfway, and this is a little bit tricky. I found it tricky the first time, but like everything, once you've done it once, and actually I don't think I'll use the So Saffron, I think I'll use the daffodil. Do I want, no, I don't want streaks of that through there. Oh, maybe I should have used that. I'm going to go with that and go right through. This will be different to the other one because I've kind of messed it up, but you do get the idea. Now for our tree. So that's the bottom, this is our tree. You won't really notice because the tree, actually, I'm wondering, I might do the tree in Night of Navy. Just for something different. See what that looks like. Although it does look nice in the black. What do you all think? Yeah, I might stick with black after all that. Just gonna get the, where it's a bit wet in there, get that off. Might have been better to clean it anyway. It might stamp better, mightn't it? And this one's got leaves, so the leaves are done in Mossy Meadow. I did ground that as well, so I'm going to leave that there. So I can do the grounding bit. And I kind of want it to that side a bit. That's how I had it in that one. I think I might shift it over a bit because I want to kind of camouflage how I don't really mess up. It's just different, but because I don't know what it's going to look like when it's all finished. Might look better if I just move that to where the centre of the two colours is. Does that make sense? Now, I need the leaves out of there. Where are the leaves? Pretty sure I put those away because I wasn't doing this one. I'm getting 3 for the price of 2 tonight. I didn't use my little bird house. I thought the little birds might get a bit scared with a spooky sort of a tree. So we're just going to add some trees, add some leaves to the tree. Margaret thinks we should have used Night of Navy. Oh well, we've used black, Mark. And Mossy Meadow for the leaves. I wanted to stamp off, but because it went half and half, the ink up again. Stamp off there too. Okay, so like I said before, I'm not going to finish that one. It'll turn out something like this one. But because I haven't used So Saffron, I'll be changing the colours a little bit. Not quite sure how I'll finish that off. But I'll put the photos on my blog and on Facebook once I've done it. Okay, so thanks for watching, everyone. Just bring those cards back in that we've done tonight. What's that one? Where is it? Let's see the other one. Where'd it go? Oh, there's that one. I'll get rid of that scruffy bit of paper. Let's look at my other card. Is that one? And my half-finished one. Can everybody see those? Oh, look at that mess on that green block. They're a little bit out of camera, aren't they? Push that up a bit. That's better. Okay, is anyone talking to me? Thanks, Andrea. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Is he there? Is he, Gail? I've asked him that before, but he ignores me. He doesn't talk to me. Okay. Put the camera up and make sure it doesn't drop down. I'm too close. Thanks, Margaret. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.